In this exercise, we will discover track motion in After Effects. We will start with this video. And we will end up with this result. We will attach this logo to this part of the bridge and this text to this part of the bridge. And even when the camera is moving, the objects always follow. I go to After Effects, right click, import file. I go to exercise 17. I select the two files and click on import. I'm gonna select the video, drag and drop here. I create a composition right here. And now I'm gonna click on tracker, make sure the video is selected, and I'm gonna click on track motion. I click here, I get this track point 1. I'm gonna move this track point here. I'm gonna track this part of the bridge. I'll place it right here. This is a high contrast area. This is exactly what we want. The playhead is at 0 seconds. And now I'm gonna click on edit target. We don't have any target here. I need to right click, new. I'm gonna create a null object. This is very important. Now we have a null object called null1. I go back here, edit target. Now we have layer and null1 selected. This is very important. I click on OK. And now I'm gonna click on analyze forward. We track this part of the bridge like this. And now the tracking is done. I can click on apply dimensions X and Y, click on OK. And now it's done. And when I select the null object, we see now it's placed right here on this part of the bridge. The anchor point is exactly placed right here. And as the camera moves, when I move the playhead like this, we notice the null object is always stuck to the bridge. And that's exactly what we want. The null object is always stuck to the bridge, always attached to the bridge. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring the logo GSW. I drag and drop right here. I'm gonna scale this logo down, press S. I'm gonna scale it down to 20% like this. I'm gonna take the playhead all the way to the end of the timeline. I'm gonna place the logo right here, just above this part of the bridge. I'll place it right here. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select this image and I'm gonna parent it to the null object. I go to the pick whip, drag here, I go to null1 and I let go, and just like that I parented this logo to this null object. And now if I play, we notice the logo always stays attached to this part of the bridge like this. This is exactly the result we wanted. I can move it if I want to. I can move the logo a little bit to the right like this. And as long as it's parented to the null object, it will always follow this part of the bridge like this. I'm satisfied with this result. Now I'm gonna create another null object, new null object. We have null2. I'm gonna select the video. I'm gonna go all the way to the end of the timeline. I place the playhead right here. I'm gonna create another track motion. I click on track motion. We have this tracker. I'm gonna move this tracker right here. I'm gonna track this part. This is a high contrast area, like this. I'm not gonna change the size of the track point. I think this is perfect. And now the playhead is placed right here in the end of the timeline. I click on edit target. We have null2 selected. This is exactly what we want, and this is very important. Okay, and now I'm gonna click here, analyze backward. We are going backwards. I click, analyze backward, and now it's analyzing backward, like this. I click on apply. Okay. And now I'm gonna toggle everything up. I press M, toggle everything up. When I select null object 2, null2, we see that it's attached to this part of the bridge. You see the anchor point here, and as the camera moves, the null object always follows, and this is exactly what we wanted. Now I'm gonna create a text. I go to horizontal type tool. I click here. I'm gonna write San Francisco in all caps. San Francisco. I select the text. I'm gonna change the font to Arial, change the font style to black. I'm gonna set the size to 90. I'm gonna change the color to this blue. I want to steal the same color here, the same blue here, and apply it to the text. I select the text like this. We have fill color selected. I go to the eyedropper and I steal the color simply by using the eyedropper. I click here, and now I stole the fill color, the blue color, and now I'm gonna steal the stroke color. I click on the stroke, I select it, I go to the eyedropper, and I'm gonna steal this yellow. I click, and now I stole the color yellow. I come here, I'm gonna make the stroke a little bit thicker. I'm gonna set it to 3. Go back to selection tool. I'm gonna right click, layer style, and I'm gonna apply a drop shadow. Now the text looks much better. I'm gonna move the text right here, like this. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna parent this text to the null object 2. I come here, parent and link, click on the pick whip, and I take it to null2, and I let go, and just like that I parent the text to the null object. And now you see the text is following the null object. I'm gonna play the entire video now. And this is exactly the result we wanted. The exercise now is finished. You go do the same, and don't forget to save.